Real Madrid has been home to some of the greatest footballers the world has ever seen. From Alfredo di Stéfano and Ferenc Puskás to Cristiano Ronaldo, Karim Benzema and Vinícius Júnior. These players have scored thousands of goals across their careers. But how many goals did they actually score? Today, we are counting down 30 legendary players connected with Real Madrid and revealing their career goal totals, along with how many goals they scored for Los Blancos. Michael Owen was one of the fastest strikers of his generation. The Englishman scored 222 club goals during his career. At Real Madrid, he scored 16 goals. His time in Madrid lasted only one season, but he still managed to produce important goals. Owen also won the Ballon d'Or before joining Real Madrid. David Beckham became a global superstar long before arriving in Madrid. Across his career, he scored 129 goals. For Real Madrid, he scored 20. His free kicks, crosses and long-range passing became iconic, and his final years in Madrid ended with a La Liga title. Mesut Ozil was one of football's greatest creators. His career statistics list 114 goals. For Real Madrid, he scored 27. But if you judge Ozil only by goals, you're missing the point. His passing, vision, and ability to create chances were his greatest weapons. Toni Kroos was never known as a traditional goalscorer. Instead, the German midfielder controlled games with his passing, vision, and incredible accuracy. Across his senior career, Kroos scored around 77 goals. But at Real Madrid, he scored 28 times. His real contribution was not simply goals. It was controlling the rhythm of some of the greatest teams in Real Madrid history. Kaká was one of the most elegant attacking midfielders of his generation. Before joining Madrid, he won the Ballon d'Or in 2007. Across his senior career, he scored around 239 goals. But injuries prevented him from reaching his best level consistently in Madrid. He scored 29 goals for Real Madrid. Alvaro Morata had an unusual career. He played for several elite clubs and also had 2 spells with Real Madrid. Across his career, he has scored around 220 senior goals. For Real Madrid, he scored 31. He was never the undisputed superstar of Madrid, but his movement and finishing made him a valuable striker. Angel Di Maria was much more than a goalscorer. He was a creator, winger, and big game player. His senior career total is around 182 goals. At Real Madrid, he scored 36. But his assists and performances in important matches made him one of the most important players of Madrid's early 2010s era. Luka Modric, another midfield genius. Luka Modric became one of the most decorated midfielders in football history. He scored around 95 senior career goals, with 43 coming for Real Madrid. For a midfielder, those numbers are impressive. But Modric's greatest weapon was always his intelligence, passing and ability to control the biggest matches. Davor Suker was one of Croatia's greatest ever forwards. He was known for his technique, finishing and incredible left foot. His commonly cited senior career total is around 246 goals. At Real Madrid, he scored 49. And although his time in Madrid was relatively short, he left a lasting impression. Luis Figo was one of the most technically gifted players of his generation. He won the Ballon d'Or in 2000. His career goal total is commonly placed around 246. For Real Madrid, he scored 57. Figo was not simply a scorer. He was a world-class creator who could change the game with one pass or one dribble. Ruud van Nistelrooy was one of the most clinical finishers of his generation. His career total is commonly placed around 384 goals. At Real Madrid, he scored 64 goals. Inside the penalty area, few strikers were as efficient as Van Nistelrooy. Rodrigo represents the modern generation. The Brazilian winger became famous for scoring huge goals in the Champions League. His senior career total is around 100 goals, with 68 coming for Real Madrid. And remarkably, many of his biggest Madrid goals have come in pressure situations. Roberto Carlos Roberto Carlos was one of the most dangerous attacking defenders ever. Across his career, he scored 113 goals. At Real Madrid, he scored 69. For a left-back, that is extraordinary. His powerful free kicks and long-range shots made him one of the most recognizable players of his generation. Fernando Morientes was a classic number 9. He was strong in the air, intelligent in the penalty area, and an excellent finisher. He scored around 178 senior career goals. For Real Madrid, he scored 91. He also played an important role in 3 Champions League winning campaigns with Madrid. Ronaldo Nazario was simply known as the Phenomenon. He scored 414 goals during his senior career. At Real Madrid, he scored 104. His combination of speed, strength, technique, and finishing made him almost impossible to stop at his peak. Even injuries could not erase his legacy. Sergio Ramos was... Now we enter a different category. Sergio Ramos was a defender who scored like an attacker. He finished his senior career with around 145 goals. For Real Madrid, he scored 101. And many of those goals came when Madrid needed them most. His famous Champions League final goal against Atletico Madrid in 2014 became one of the most important goals in the club's history. Vinícius Júnior has transformed from a raw young winger into one of the most dangerous attackers in world football. As of 2026, his senior career total is around 136 goals, and 128 of those have come for Real Madrid. His pace, dribbling, and ability to perform on the biggest stage have made him one of Madrid's modern icons. Gonzalo Higuaín was one of the most productive strikers of his generation. IFFHS records 366 senior career goals. At Real Madrid, he scored 121. He was an intelligent striker with excellent movement and a powerful finish.
15 legendary players, thousands of goals, decades of unforgettable football history. From Stéfano and Puskás to Raúl and Cristiano Ronaldo, from Benzema and Bale to Vinícius Júnior, Real Madrid has always attracted players capable of changing football history. But this is only part 1. There are still many legendary Real Madrid players whose incredible goal records deserve to be remembered. Part 2 is coming soon, with another group of legendary names, surprising goal totals, and more Real Madrid history. But for now, the question is yours. Who is the greatest Real Madrid goalscorer of all time? Cristiano Ronaldo, Raúl, Stéfano, Puskás, Benzema, or someone else? Let me know your choice in the comments. And if you enjoyed this countdown, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss part 2 and more football rankings. Thanks for watching.